Always excited.
Yeah, all good.
All good.
Welcome to the chair.
Thank you. My first day with the team was actually in Maranello. There's obviously, the operation is spread out. I think even more so back then than now. But so you had Maranello, you had Dallara, you had Banbury, and actually also Canapolis. Back in the beginning, there was some CFD, some aero people in Canapolis, so it was really spread out, over the whole world. So, but I think my first day was in Maranello. So of course, that's a Ferrari campus, and it all looks very impressive. So there's not any sort of idea that I didn't have a feeling like I joined a really small team. I felt, it was all very competent. There's not a lot of, inexperience, but, obviously the model seemed to be working of kind of outsourcing a lot of the operation. Some of the big results we've had, Austria, 2018 being one of them, Roman and myself finishing 4th and 5th. I was pissed off on my part because I finished behind Roman, but I could see how much it meant for the whole team. So it's hard not to kind of take part in that. I am just as much a part of the team as any of the mechanics or the engineers, or so we as a team got a great result that day. And although I didn't feel like it was my best day, it was the best day for the team. And so you take part in that joy and excitement for reaching that next new unprecedented level as a team. So that's been great. Coming back in Bahrain, first race back, I didn't have time to really have any expectation. It all just happened so quick. Obviously got points in the race, got P5 in the race. A couple of cars didn't finish, and we got P5. But you take it, and it was just after I think a couple of very tough years for the team, maybe even more than a couple of years. 3 years probably very tough for the team. To make such a bounce back, it was. It just meant so much for everyone, and to be the guy that did the job, it felt really good. The pole position in Brazil for me is the wildest moment for sure. I mean, we were probably the 9th fastest car or something. So you're fighting on paper for P17 and 18, and we got pole. And it was such a, you can have a one-off crazy result in a race if there's a red flag or a safety car at the right time or something like that. But in qualifying, you need to do that one lap that counts, and it's most of the time the fastest car that sets the pole position. We got a bit of an opportunity with the weather, so we got out of the pits as the first guy. So we had the fastest bit of track, and it all just came together, and we got that pole position. So it's the biggest surprise and sort of the wildest moment I've had in my career for sure. So unexpected. It wasn't in the cards to get a pole position. So I'm very, very happy and very proud of that. We finished the session in the garage, which was a really special moment too. I don't remember ever that happening in Formula One, that you get the result with the team. We were in there waiting for the time to run out, and as it did, the garage just exploded, and we were together in that moment. So I felt like that was pretty special, and even more special than if you park the car in Parc Fermé 100 meters from your crew. I think that's also cool, of course, any pole position, but this was extra special because of that. But I felt like the whole paddock sort of was cheering for us, and felt good about us getting pole position, the underdog team, and a guy getting his first pole position. And I think I just saw smiles on everyone's face and a clap on the shoulder from everyone. So that was really cool. I think the coolest thing about having been a Formula One driver is to have seen your dream come true, like something that you were dreaming about as a small kid. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be, and how crazy of a dream it actually is to become a Formula One driver. Such few people get to have the chance, and to see that come to life was, and actually get there and realize, the journey that you've been on, and what the odds were. They were slim. and it still happened. So I think that's been a real privilege to go for something so difficult and make it happen. And you know, there's a lot of privileges that come with it. You know, it's even the fact, if I just think about the fact that I make a living driving a race car, you know, race around racetracks, and you know, I just have fun, and that's my job. I think that's crazy to think about, and blows my mind sometimes when you think about it really. You know, I've got to drive some amazing race cars and have amazing fun all around the world most of my life, and I think that's you know, something that you should appreciate. I don't care what my legacy will be, and that is, you know, I'm not someone who, I learned very early not to look at how I'm perceived from the outside. You know, we all want to be liked, but I feel like I'm liked within the team, and that's enough for me. You know, my kids like me, my wife likes me sometimes at least, and and I think that's good enough for me. You know, so yeah, legacy is not something I think about a lot. I think one thing I can say about Haas and you know, my time here has been I've really been able to evolve as a person. You know, I've been able to grow up, and you know, I'm now a father of two. I'm married. You know, I live in Denmark. I live a very normal life outside of the sport, and you know, Haas have always been very sort of forthcoming and supportive of that. Whereas in the past, you know, when I was with McLaren, it was, you know, I felt like they were really trying to control their drivers and everything. That it was almost like they were trying to shape them. You know, it didn't go down well if you had too much going on outside of your sport. And I think, you know, I've always been able to really be myself with this team, and sort of just grow up as a person and do life outside of the sport, and that's something I've been really happy about and really appreciated about my time with this team. Now that my time in Formula One is coming to an end, it's like, it's one of the nice things is you don't have to think so much into the future anymore. You know, coming here, all the journey has been looking ahead, trying to get, you know, somewhere. And I think now it's kind of, you can step back and, you know, I'm only 32 years old. There's hopefully a lot of life left. So, you know, you can sort of be open-minded about what you want to do and not stress about it so much. And that's a new situation and something that feels very, very good and very, very exciting. You know, the most important thing for me is to hopefully continue to have great experiences for me and my family. You know, and that's something that is available to me, and we can still, you know, do racing. We can travel around the world, and we can, you know, look forward to a lot of cool experiences together. That's some of the good thing about being where I am. I think we've always been the underdog team. You know, I think I feel like every time we've had success, it's been quite popular. You know, I think and that's been nice to see, and the support that we've felt from the fans on our good days is cool to see. So, yeah, I think it's all been great.